Hi, welcome into my channel. This channel is against the Big Bang, but I studied a list of philosophical list of cosmos apparition, universe apparition, matter apparition. Why is something rather than nothing, about this stuff? Because the Big Bang is false. So you must try another explanation how universe appears. So I take from a video from internet and I cut passages and I insert it in my videos and I comment them. So there is a channel close to truth. It is the YouTube channel. Okay, has 600,000 subscribers like this, and basically is around the Big Bang, his channel. But you see, when you speak about the matter apparition, if you believe in the Big Bang, you must treat this how matter appear. Why is something rather than nothing? This is like his obsession. Like, so I cut from this, and he has like more than 20, 30 videos. I don't know, maybe I did not count it, but many videos on this subject. He invites different people. So I comment this. So this, you watch this. You see what I'm talking about.
Bede, when I was 12 years old, I was lying in bed one night, and suddenly I had this thought, what if there were nothing? And it so panicked me. I mean, really panicked me that I got scared, I sweated, and I forced myself to put it out of my mind. It frightened me so much. And literally for, I don't know, a decade or 2 decades, I couldn't remember what had scared me so. And it, forgot about it. And then I tried to remember that event. And suddenly I remembered. Why is there something rather? And from that time forward, when I remembered what scared me as a child, that question has haunted me.
So you see, this guy, he says that has an obsession from childhood, like, and you are allowed to cut from YouTube if you do not use for money purpose. Even if I had 1 million people on my channel, I don't want money. Okay, I just want to tell you that the Big Bang is false. But this video is like a more philosophical than I've told you already. That the science is wrong, Einstein is wrong. In my channel you see quantum mechanics and see. So but I want to treat in this video this more philosophical problem. Okay, so he invites like a guy in a studio, and he is saying like, why is something rather than nothing? Why this Leibnizian question? So I studied philosophy, so this is what I will tell you in this video. So this guy is trying to answer like.
Now, you've written a book on it.
That's true.
And I really come to you to hear, why is there something rather than nothing?
I see. Well, let me say, your reaction, it's interesting because, if you like, it's quite a proportionate reaction in that it's probably philosophy's most puzzling topic. So to feel the way you did, it reflects.
I mean, I wasn't
the
just
centrality
puzzled.
of it.
I was just terrified.
Yes,
that's right.
yes.
That's right.
Yes.
I still am if I think about it.
Right. Well, it's a fascinating one because it seems impossible at first blush to give any sort of coherent answer. As you no doubt know, it's had a longish history. It started off with Leibniz, and many major philosophers have tried their hand at giving an answer. And I think probably these days it's come back a bit after being slightly dormant, and it, together with why is there this universe, are two of the main questions that people agonize.
So that's Bede Rundle. Okay, this is the way I make my videos. So this coffee I say like a justification for a video. That's coffee science or tea science, but I have here a coffee. Look, I put some milk. Okay, this is the way I make my videos. And in this video we'll talk about how matter appeared, why is something rather than nothing. Okay, this nothing like it is a very important subject for closer to truth. You see, so it is a very important That's why they falsify how matter appeared. Okay, so that's why you must have some other lines to investigate. Okay, but now let me try myself. Okay, to speak about nothing. I've told you there's four definition, Immanuel Kant definition, and I don't know why they are citing, like, even this Randall, obviously a philosopher, but I don't know what they do not know about that other two are more important. So he uses a negation one. There's no space between two objects, so this kind of nothing, because so you have the possibility the matter is eternal matter, or there's something prior this. So in other way you must understand nothing to avoid God. Like, this is a trick to avoid God, okay, but it's to not put God at the beginning. So let's say what is something rather than nothing. You see, you must tackle this question. So now nothing is treated in a way by this bait Rondel, okay, like nothing between two, or so negation is in the matter. Like, I had this coffee and I drink it, there is not anymore. You see, I have some wood, I burn it, there's no wood, but it's a transformation, like, or a missing thing in a existence manner. So you have an existence and a partial annihilation of the object through some negation. Okay, this possibility of negation of an object. So he says like this kind of thing. So listen.
Now, many of the difficulties center around this slippery term nothing. Suppose I say to you, there's nothing between these two bodies. Now, you might take that in two ways. You might say, well, in that case, they must be touching. Or you might say, and perhaps this is the more natural one, there's just empty space. Okay. Now, which one are we interested in? I think it's the first one. That's the literal sense of there being nothing, because space is not nothing. Right. You can travel through space. You speak of the depths of space and so forth. You can measure a space. And indeed, if you say something like space is a poor conductor of electricity, that's contradicted by nothing is a poor conductor of electricity, right? So they don't keep in step. All right. When cosmologists talk about the beginnings of the universe originating from nothing, they nearly always, if not always, think of nothing in the non-literal sense, where it means empty space. And so
for cosmologists, nothing is filled with stuff.
Well, that's right.
All this quantum foam and things going on. So the nothing of the cosmologist is, to me, not nothing.
That's right. It's seething with activity.
Seething is right.
Yeah. And so you can see why there's a difficulty getting a scientific answer to the original question.
Yes.
If there's a presupposition that you have at least a space, even if it's an empty space, then that is something that has to be accounted for. And as you say, you have these people talking about quantum fluctuations in the space giving rise to the universe as we know it.
So clearly that's nothing. That's not nothing. That's off the table.
Yeah, that's right.
Okay, but now you understand, if you watch that, there are another two definitions of Immanuel Kant that are more important, like a concept without object, object without concept. So, because in initial process, he says, Randall, this guy, okay, it's a philosopher, maybe he says, but in original process, from the beginning, seems to you to have nothing to say about nothing. How you crack this? Nothing, non-existence. You see, you cannot break this down. But if you have some steps in some ways, some pathways, you retain them, you remember them, okay, retain them in your memory, then you can tackle this problem. Indeed, there's a problem from existence. You cannot make non-existence. Even in physics, you cannot destroy energy, or even though the physics is wrong, I'm telling my channel, okay, You cannot destroy matter or appear it or disappear it. That process for quark process the only tricks you like this, okay? So, but this he says like in the Bible, even Saint Paul says like you cannot, we do not bring something in the world, we cannot take something from it. Maybe this implies like this old pharaoh guys that try to take like in Chinese times 10,000 terracotta armies. He believed that maybe he will take them on afterward to be king there, or that kings of that mummified in so maybe this implies even this, okay? You cannot take something from the world, like after death they put in their sarcophage, like in Egypt, even honey and things like this. But this problem, the problem is even at the base of matter. Like you destroy matter to make this to disappear? So this is another thing to try to understand what's nothing, what's disappearance, was. And I've told you this question you can pull it over God even. So if you have the procedure of the universe, can you disappear the universe? This is why they try, okay, to go in the Big Bang to disappear the universe, to make it zeros, to seems like it appears some 0 point space, and somehow you can bring it from that, okay? So the same procedures, or basically, can you pull them on God? So can you extinguish God? Can you destroy God? There's an episode in Star Trek SG-1, like there were some like godlike for them in a bigger space, like, and they made a weapon even to annihilate them, okay? So but this is the same question, but if you do not understand, because Leibniz has why something rather than nothing, this implies God also, not even the matter, this current day matter. You see, there's two questions, like one that you are kept to not understand, the second one is more important. So the second question is, if does God exist or not, and you are fighting like here, like I believe that God does not exist, and you are fighting like this. But it's more important why something rather than nothing. You see, God, suppose God exists, and why exists? Why is something rather than nothing? Why this exists? Okay, so but if you imply God like a causal production for this, there's another way. But God, why exists? So who created God? You understood, like this was created by another thing, this was created by another thing, and you have an infinite row like this. So by putting a big time like 13.7 billion years and supersize this in quarks that do not exist, they are stopping you to understand these more profound questions, but because they are, okay? So that's why I must put them another in order again, okay? So listen, another like a pause, another piece from this, okay?
What have been historically some of the kinds of answers that philosophers have given to this question from Leibniz on?
Well, perhaps the major worked out answers to be found in someone like St. Thomas Aquinas. Mm-hmm. So his answer to the question, why is there something rather than nothing, was, well, there is God, and God has to exist. He exists of necessity. Now, what I'm interested in is whether or not that makes sense and can be substantiated. But perhaps a prior question is, clearly if someone says, why is there something rather than nothing, they think that there being nothing is a genuine alternative. And the question, we've got to explain why we have one alternative realized rather than the other. Well, Aquinas is in effect saying, no, there being nothing isn't a genuine alternative. There has to be something because there has to be God. I'm inclined to agree with the general position that there has to be something or other, but the theistic solution seems to me to have its difficulties.
So after you watch that, let me tell you now, if you understand, I have a list also. This is my third video, and I will make an entire list also. This guy closer to has, maybe I should write to him, okay? So I'm allowed to you to take and comment. There's a button and they interdict, but I'm allowed to, okay, to comment, and I don't want money, okay? So maybe I will subscribe, even I like publicity for you, see his channel. But let me tell you like this: there was in a religion, old religion of Zeus, and like Greek religion with multi-god pantheon, like polytheism. Okay, this idea that Zeus created Chronos, like this, the time or the time, but he created, like in Plato. I read everything that Plato wrote. Okay, but I had studied philosophy. Okay, but so you do not understand that these supersiding quarks already prior existed. So this supreme god like Zeus created through chaos. There's like substance, like chaotic substance, and this chaotic substance was ordered. So even in another matter, he created another gods, even Zeus, and this chaos, like as it is a substance, a chaotic substance. From this it was even a godlike. So from this is the original word, even in Romania, house, or in English, chaos. Okay, it was a godlike, and cosmos is a order in that chaos, order. So you see, even there is a substance, and a god, Zeus, god, supreme god, a Greek god, from this chaos created a cosmos. And you do not understand the same child like thing, so they decompose the matter in chaos. Why do you need chaos, the origin of cosmos, of order, this cosmos order? Why do you need chaos? You see, only that to trick you that there is not a rational godlike. But you forget this. So you forget this if they said that chaos was the origin, from chaos made cosmos. You will investigate. But is this Zeus like rational? It is very important. I'm talking about nothing, but you must tackle nothing. You cannot understand it otherwise. Nihilo nihil, from nothing, nothing comes. Parmenides says there's two ways of thinking: existence and non-existence. You cannot think about. So you added existence, thoughts of existence, but a way of non-existence is not conceivable. Even Parmenides, like philosopher, thought about this. So you understand this is important. Why you must have chaos at the beginning of the universe? Why? So you will understand that this is the same primitive thinking processes like it all guy, but they extracted Zeus from there and cosmos, and like and they retain only like words in vocabulary. Cosmos, like universe, cosmos, unique something. But okay, so if you do not have chaos of the origin, but because the quarks are not true, they say that blow up quarks like a hot soup, and this soup is like chaos. Can you arrange chaos in order? How? So this is if you understand, the problem is, even you have this soup of quarks, they have laws. Because if you do not have law, you cannot put two quarks if they don't have law to make a proton or electron, or you understand? So let's say this quarks, but they have law. So then why do you supersize it? It seems to you like it is like a trick thing, like a tricks. Okay, it is, they are tricks. Why you supersize? Because they have law. And you do not allow them only through some soup. The temperature is limited function. The fire, another way, has a limited temperature. You cannot go beyond 10,000 degrees to 20,000 degrees. So, but then they falsify thermodynamics even. So why do you have this chaos? Why? But if you is not chaos and there is law, why you must bring in the 0 point like a single temporal? This is a relativity of time. And Leibniz, the inventor of this questioning, why is something rather than nothing, inventing the relativity of time, not Einstein. Time is interesting in object, not in all objects, like an external thing, like a chamber, time all over the place. And they are falsifying because all these pieces have a Lego piece of time, okay? You can bring them back in the Big Bang like this. This is absolute time for all the objects. So you see that tricks is the same tricks, but you do not believe because you do not know culture. It's advanced culture subjects, okay? But if you do not understand, maybe if you listen 2 times, you will. But I will put them on my channel. I upload them because there is missing things like this. They are tricking you. These physics guys are giving them like prophets, and they disconsider guys like even this guy, like there's a philosopher, and they took the job for philosophers. They are lying to you, parallel universes and things like this. They put false science instead, and they are speaking like the old text of Zeus and Kronos, but they do not understand that they say the same thing, okay? So now, if they appeared and appear not from chaos, you see that it is a law and order at the beginning. Why? How come? You see, if you ignore God, even you can still ignore God to say how it is an origin. Why you must have an origin like right now? But then to block you from this immense wonder. But if it is not, if you have law at the beginning, and there's some law in a matter of arrangement, and it's finite law of arrangement, why this will be from infinity? From eternity, from always. Why? So you see, this process of supposite to make chaos like at the beginning is offering you something but giving you nothing and stopping you for the true investigation. You understand? So can you understand nothing? I'm saying that like a real, yes. I'm not like tangential on this subject, but you must understand. Okay, so let me put you another piece. We make another pause, and you hear this channel again. You came back, and I speak more about it. So listen.
So now we've got to consider whether there could be nothing in the literal sense.
Yes.
And as I say, it's a slippery term because you can say things like, oh, nothing might have existed. But if you say that, you're in effect saying, well, this might not have existed, this might not have existed, and so on. And you don't mean that. You want to say, no, there's a thing called nothing that might have been in place of something. And the trouble is, it's always so negative. Take this idea. People speak in terms of there being nothing, and then the universe coming into being, or beginning to exist. Now, does that make sense? Could there be a preceding state of affairs of there being nothing, which gives way to a state of affairs where there's something? Well, what are the conditions in which you can speak of something as beginning to exist? Isn't it that there has to be a time when it doesn't exist, followed by a time when it does exist? But if you don't have anything at all, then you don't have time. So it doesn't make sense to think of an antecedent state of affairs of nothing being followed by something. And the same actually rather paradoxically goes for ceasing to exist, because when something ceases to exist, it exists for a time, and then after that point of time, it doesn't exist. So here we have a problem of thinking of nothing as sort of bounding the universe in any sense. And my feeling is that people who talk confidently about nothing do so because of the analogy with an empty space. So there's nothing in the cupboard. Right, makes perfectly good sense, but there's still the cupboard. So if that's our model, then we imagine getting rid of the cupboard and any other container, and here we have just empty space. Now, as I say, empty space is not good enough.
Not good enough.
And it's very hard to give any substance to the notion of there being nothing that will give you a genuine alternative to our initial question.
Well,
So after you watch that, you understand now. You must introduce somehow God. He says, he says about Toma and necessity of God. You must understand. And Descartes, this was all thinking processes. Everybody forgot, because they offer you this stupid science, give you nothing in return. So now, can you have chaos at the beginning? What's pure chaos? You understand what's pure chaotic thing? A pure chaotic thing. Can you think about a pure chaotic thing? You see, you have chaos and the mind try to understand chaos. You see, you understand. I made some like a sketch what I will talk about this, okay? So here. So now you understand Kant categories. Is this chaos or Platon categories? Is this chaos, if you conceive it, is one chaos or two chaoses? You understand? So this disorder is one disorder, two disorders. This implies the unity of matter. I'm sorry, but I will speak more complicated. So there's missing things like this. Everybody takes on. So but I even wrote a book. He says that he wrote, but here nobody considers this anymore, so I give them for free. Okay, maybe in other country can publish, but here not. Okay, so this is categories. If you know unity, totality is one. This object is one. This object is one. This object is one. When you conceptualize something, you include this. You take it in one piece, like, and this unity. This Platon put it categories of ideas or genus. Okay, genus, like gen. So this unity, it is a possibility to put to think the reality. If you do not have this capacity, you see, this chaos becomes nothing. So you have this chaos. It is one. You see, you retain them with your memory, and it is one. There you can think about it like this. So you see, you observe the cogito, like a thinking process, observing this chaos. Is this chaos a material, a substance? Is a unique substance? There are two substances in this chaos combined, three substances. How they will organize? Okay, so even then the Zeus put order in this chaos. Okay, so you have to have an intervention, like a logical mind, like a reasoning. But this manner they want to void of God, of religion. This procedure to supersede in quarks, like, you do not need God. You do not need, like Laplace. I don't need God. I will make so there's any one explanation, and you can give God, like, disconsider God. Okay, but you cannot think if you do not think like this. Okay, so if you do not treat God, you cannot think. So that's why these problems are stopping you. So you give 13.7, you are not interested anymore of operation. Okay, they put chaos at the beginning, like all Greeks, and from that chaos somehow arrange itself. You do not need a mind intervention. Okay, so now, but let me reach this nothing question. Okay, so you see, even the infinity is nothing. It seems to you like no, because what I started to say again, what the two other Kant ways of treating nothing is, you have a concept, you do not have an object. So you have a concept of nothing, but there's no corresponding object, or you remain only with your concept. But there is an object, but you do not have a concept to say about it. So even the object exists is nothing, because there's no tangential in your knowledge. There's no tangent to your knowledge. In this manner, there will be two totalities, like two universes, and they will not touch each other, there will be nothing one for another. So even a concept about another concept is you can extend this, because you can, if you have any concept, you do not say anything about it, it becomes nothing. So now even infinity, if I ask you what is infinite, what is something infinite, so you like you try to say nothing, you see something, it becomes nothing, even the infinity, because you do not have a concept about a concept. So you can have an entire totality to be nothing if you do not have a concept to say about it. Okay, so maybe it is impossible that all styles to know about something. Okay, like the knowledge, you interdict the knowledge, this is the object without a concept, but there is an object, but it is not, you cannot know him, so it is nothing for you, it does not touches you, does not change something, it produces no cause in your material world. In this manner they made from God nothing, even though it's infinite of infinities. Maybe they made something because they annihilated everything that you can conceive about. But you see, like this is God, like being infinite becomes nothing, you do not say something about it. So you must have some proposition about the universe itself to say about the universe becomes a reality in front of you. So you understand now, like the second totality of Kant concept, unity and totality. There is a totality. From here originates the Anselm argument, ontologic argument of there exists God because must be a totality. Everything. You cannot think that all that it is missing something. So you see, this is a perfection. Everything implies that is everything that is. So because this everything like this is God. You cannot have two everything, so that's why God is one. But and they try to say that this ontological argument, Anselm, that somehow entails the existence of God. But you can pull some logical derivation that God exists. If God exists, is one and is like a totality, a perfection, right? So even though it is not clear how you demonstrate the existence. So now you do not believe that you can make from nothing something. If you treat God, if you treat a totality of totalities, you can make. So let me insert another piece from this video. I'll put it maybe all of it, and came back and you hear more from me.
In science, we now know that space and time are together, and that mass, space, and time sort of have a relationship together. And you take away in this universe, you can take away things one by one, not just all the mass and all the energy. That's the easy part, but then take away all the space and time and the feelings of cosmology. It seems pretty well universally accepted, is that at the beginning, at 10 to the minus 40th or 80th second, they can go back to that time, and the universe was smaller than almost anything imaginable, and there was no space except for that one very small. And then conceptually, we can just eliminate that pretty quickly. So that really is nothing. There's no space.
Well,
and you just have to make the step, and it says, okay, that one micro very hot essence that began the Big Bang never happened. And so then you really do have nothing, because you don't have space
or time. That's right. Yeah. But then can you say that you have nothing in the sense that that's an actual state of affairs that obtained at this point? And that's the thing that I have most trouble with making sense. Because, look...
Nothing makes sense.
Nothing makes sense. There you are. Now, that's a good way of showing the slippery character of the word, isn't it?
Right.
And look...
So if you watch that, so like a pause, you see different opinions. You understand? I'm not joking. I'm not like make fun of these guys. he wrote a book. He's a good guy, and even the interviewer, I told you, see his channel. It treats the Big Bang like me. So this is inevitable. You see that the science is false. You see this in my channel. I show to you Newton book, Einstein book, even kinetic energy Leibniz made. Okay, so let me tell you right now. So let me tell you right now how you can think about nothing. Okay, so for this you must enter in the mind of God. Why? Because only in a mind like has logic and reason, there nothing exists. You see, nothing exists. It is like a contradictory, like to say existence exists but non-existence exists. Like it's contradictory thing. Like you cannot have A and non-A in the same time in logic. But you see that you can have this in your mind. You can have this concept. Nothing exists. You can have this in your mind, even though there's nothing, even though it is this thought. What it is, if you are believing that you know the existence of thought, that the thought exists, like is a substance like matter, but you understand like you do not have a relation between I am, like God says that is his name. Like this is the Descartesian problem. Okay, there is no connection between I am, that's to be or not to be, like a Shakespeare question. Like I am, like it is a person, I, the person I, that's the subject I, and am, it is like to be, existence. So you say existence about a person or about I. So you see, there's no relation. This was Plato was saying. Plato invented this reasoning stuff. There's no real connection. There's like Immanuel Kant said, it is a synthetic proposition. There's no real connection between the I and am. I am. You see, because one is existence. What is existence? What is I? And how they are connecting? They are two different things, mental things. So you see, like I compose like non-existence, the person itself, because only the existence is real existence. You say I exist. So in this manner, René Descartes tried to investigate how is the relation, and he says I doubt, like exactly like nothing. You see, I doubt existence of the reality, everything that exists in this world. I doubt that exists. René Descartes, maybe he was in war. This has another implications when he thought of this thing. Like he was like a sir, like okay, and he was in war, and you see this process of annihilation of his mind. What I am, what exists, what is in external, hence said, I doubt everything that exists. But can I doubt this doubt? What is this doubt? This doubt is something that moves, like maybe like David says, like a worm that you cannot stop it. You like it's a word like worm, like you cannot stop it. I doubt. What is this? It's a thinking processes. So he says I doubt. So he says I doubt. So I cogito. I think. But because I think, so that implies that I am because I think I am, and but it does not find the existence like in a Platonic manner. You see, where is the existence and why entails the existence of this worm of doubt? Why? Because the existence, like two separate words. Why possible the question of Immanuel Kant, why this synthetic proposition are possible. So how can you attach this existence? But Platon thought about this, the first one. How can you put on unity existence? You see, everything is one. How do you put existence on it in a synthetic manner? one exists, this exists, the unity exists, the chaos is one, chaos exists, the totality becomes one, the totality exists. But it is the two things. So any word becomes non-existence for existence. This is why he did not found the necessity of being. So existence is a particular, these things exist, but the being, like with a capital B, to be or not to be, it is a substrate, like for everything. So you see, in this manner, all the categories of Immanuel Kant's of the thinking process becomes nothing for existence. So in this manner, René Descartes thought, okay, then God must exist, like with necessity, because you cannot entail the existence for cogito, for doubting, for I am. You see, Nietzsche was making fun, or René Descartes says, how do you know that you are the one who are thinking? So it is true, because okay, there exists doubt, but why do you personalize it for you? Why you are the one who are doubting? And it is a joke Nietzsche made, but if you understand in profound manner, it is a logical joke. Why do you believe that you are the one who are? You see, in this manner, I am. God says, I am. Why? You see, it's like God himself made this joke for you. Before Nietzsche said this, he is the existence. He is the cogito. He is the rational being. He exists. He is thinking, not you. Like in this manner, you see, what is a person? So you understand that now you have a totality like that things. You discover the Immanuel Kant categories, one, multiple, relation, okay, the causality, okay, this causes, you see the causality is a metaphysical property, like this causes this, but this causes this. But this cause does not have something to deal with this cause. There are two causes, separate causes, but only a metaphysical mind. Okay, that's why they are trying to make like a unificationist physics. Although you do not have what to unify. The physics is wrong. Okay, but to unify the physics is like the same process to show to the people that there is multiple reasonings or like wisdoms. There is no a single one. You search for the unity of a single wisdom, okay, but they are two. They are exactly like in a magical way connected, like synthetic. If you do not like this wonderful word in a synthetic manner, like Kant says. So you see, you can have a nothingness. It is in the God mind. And because now you reach this problem, okay, if you treat the matter that you cannot destroy it, it is in the mind of God, but it's from eternity. You see, you wonders yourself, because you see in the Bible says that the beginning was the word. You can understand from Descartes and what I've told you why the word is like a logical but it is nothing. Any word, it is nothing. If you say nothing about him, okay? And that's why, okay. So let me put another minute. Let's say, like you observe, like a minute, like to break my video and come back. This is a profound way of philosophy. You cannot have a deeper thing than this, okay? So it is like a synthesis all over the place. So listen.
Just to go back to the picture that we have is of, you say, things going out of existence, say one by one, just like all the stars sort of going out, like lights, you imagine
Week
them.
out, right?
Yeah, and then everything starts to go around you, and so you say, well, look, that's fine, isn't it? We're left with nothing. That's just the culmination of this. But then you notice that if a person thinks in those terms, you could, by reversing the process, repopulate the world.
Yes.
And that's because, as I say, he's left with a setting, a framework into which things come and go. And so
It seems impossible, even if you have nothing, not to have possibilities. I mean, even if you had nothing forever and there was nothing, it would seem impossible to eliminate that there, even in that nothing, there would be possibilities that possibilities could come into existence, or that logical operations or numbers or 5 times 4 equals 20, that if there were something that represented a 5 and something that represented a 4, that 5 of the 4s would be 20 of the things, even if nothing ever happened.
that's true. And quite generally, truths of arithmetic are independent of any matters of empirical fact, like truths of logic. A famous remark, I think, is Wittgenstein: if either it's raining or it's not raining, doesn't tell you anything about the weather. Right? There's no commitment at all in these. So I don't think you're committed to anything of substance if you say it would be a logical truth in any world that so and so held.
So now, what if you watch that minute? So if you came back, you see, if you suppose the infinity, what is in infinity? It always comes two. You cannot have one infinity. If you think about mathematical infinity, you have two infinities combined, like 2, 4, 6, and 1, 3, 5. There are two rows of infinity numbers, okay, even and uneven numbers, two infinities, both go to the infinity. So there's two infinities. I discovered that you always, at least you have two infinities. But if you treat God like infinite of infinities, like it becomes nothing if you say nothing about him. You do not retain nothing. If somebody says that God is love, you say there is not. If God says God is joy, you say there's not. Okay, so if you do not retain something, becomes nothing because you deny. But you deny in what manner? You deny your own consciousness, like to be in a resonance, like an instrument resonance, to accumulate. In this manner, they deny the soul and this. What are these? What is joy? What is love? That's only psychological processes made possible by chemical reaction. Why you become, in other words, with this chemical coffee, like a little bit joyful, but the joy itself maybe is only stimulated by matter, and it is immaterial. It is like beyond this world, like love, and beyond the material. If you investigate more closely, this not becomes from reality. So you see, God, maybe if it is infinite of infinities, it has many qualities, like you treat from quality and quantity. So if you have intersection of infinities, where I'm telling you this, you see why this infinity should be chaotic, like chaos. You see, like because you must know how it made from nothing. It was this mind infinite, okay, but why it is, you see the natural numbers you've put there to infinite, but are ordered like 1, 2, like a proceeding 1 and another 1, 2, and another 1, 3, and another 1. This order. Why the infinite is chaotic? Why you have two infinities, even and uneven numbers both go to the infinity. You see that you back to infinity, it is in one. And the numbers are different, if you know, but have different properties. They comport different. So you put all with your mind two infinities together. So if you now think about God, it has infinities of infinities, qualities, like infinite in love, in joy, and many things like this. Why you do not be ordered, like order, not chaos, order. So now you understand, from an ordered mind comes an unordered thing. Why should throw the universe in disorder? Why it should be from, you see, when you think about infinity, you see that if it is an order, even though it is atemporal, because even the natural number are atemporal, you do not put temporal even in logic. There's no, even in force equation of force equal mass times acceleration, there's no time like real time. You apply it in all the times that you can think about. It's atemporal law. It speaks about time in a temporal manner. So even this, it's a set, a temporal set. 1, 2, 3, 4. You have it in a temporal in your mind. Only when you count. When you count or something, you imply a temporal thing. Okay, so you cannot think even of God of being like chaotic. Like, you see, when the thoughts reflects in chaos, you have this process. I repeat to understand. Where you put it on one. The chaos is one. It's a totality, is substance, is something. So this is the categories. Okay, so the existence goes through this chaos, like to entail the existence, or any bit, like the chaos like one exists, the chaos like a totality exists, like this is the, okay, so this being, so you understand, so this like penetrates everything, this being, existence, this is the necessity, it is inside, this is not an external thing. Okay, so now you understand why should come the universe like in unordered manner. You see, they are falsifying everything to only to shortcut your logic, your mind. Your mind thinks in logical processes. These categories exist: unity, totality, existence, the person, the subject, not know something. Okay, so they circuit your logic. You do not have this malefic thing, and it's a primitive, the same text that they've said that Zeus God made from chaos, cosmos. They retained the word chaos, cosmos, but they took out the Chronos like God, only time. They pull out the Zeus, you understand? So, but you cannot justify that is a disorder in your mind. You discover these objects, Kantian objects like unity, causality, and they are 12. Maybe there are many. I believe there are many. There's not only 12. And this enter in the synthesis, and you can think with this, okay? But and this, okay, so you cannot find out chaos anywhere. You do not find chaos even in matter, only if you lie it. This rocks is not a chaos. There's some law. If I give it in your head, I'll break your head. I'll kill you. It's a law. But there's no chaos. You see, if I burn a wood, it will be set on fire. The wood will burn. A piece of wood like this will burn for half an hour. It's a law. A bigger, much more density, or much more fiber in 30 minutes. Like, there's law everywhere. So they only want to break your mind, destroy the cosmos, the order, put it in some apparent disorder, and put it 30.6 billion years ago. So who cares anymore? There was some chaotic quark soups that do not exist. You cannot break the atom that's invented in quarks. And that quarks, you see, they not suppose even he's saying, like, this guy, it is stupid and childlike. This philosopher even says that the nothing of the physicist is full of something. The quantum fluctuation, quantum physics is false. Quarks that do not exist. You cannot break matter like in chaos. You cannot break it. You cannot. The procedure is only mathematics to pull the space to the zero. You see that this has a dimension. You collapse it in zero dimension. But can you do this? You cannot. Or you have this mathematics and impose all over. You annihilate everything. You cannot, okay? But there exists a kind of nothing. And this is inside of a mind. of something. You see, in another manner, Augustine said that the nothing is nothing on a totality. Even if it is something, like you see, it is a word inside of a mind, okay? Like, but if this mind is infinite, you see, it's like you have some food in your fridge and you go to a supermarket, you have barely nothing. This is the way he treats nothing, like Augustine. So what is nothing? In an infinite of infinities, like a supermarket full of qualities and everything, this nothing, your food from the fridge becomes nothing. So you understand, this is the Augustine way of treating it. It is, that's why it's barely nothing, because you barely can say something about this universe. So it's more rich, God is more rich than the entire universe. Indeed, if you, okay, so if you, okay, so now in this manner, you see, it is something, it is a word, like in what manner exists. It is not like it has existence lesser than the other word of like unity, totality, because you are the existence to the totality, you are the existence to unity, you are the existence to this. The existence or the being is an added property. So in a sense, the world does not exist. You added it exists, like supplementary to say something. Okay, it is a property of consciousness. How I exist in front of you. If you or you, when you watch a movie, you become one with that movie, with me, like, no, I scare you, okay, because I know this, okay, so you decompose your consciousness, become more one with what you are observed. In this manner, you barely you are not. You become that movie that you watch. You watch a movie, your consciousness dissipates. You must entail, I am often to put the existence over the reality, okay? So in this manner, you see, the existence is added. It is in a real manner a problem that reality is not existing. Like, even the concepts in logic, A implies B, A, what A exists. It's a supplementary added to the B exists, you see, like this. So existence, so any word is nothing for the existence. In this matter, they say that you cannot know the God, like, because it is a being and it escapes you. Because when you try to think about it, implies every possibility of existence, and you see, and you can only treat a subject matter like you see, like this. So everything, like in a logical thinking process, there is no, you look at them like you look with your eyes of reality. You look at a logical internal process, like with your thinking process, and you observe them, you analyze them. Everything does not exist when you look inside of your cogito. So this is René Descartes' argument. It's this way it says that it seems strange to you, dubito ergo cogito, cogito ergo sum ergo do. Says so, I do, so I think, so there I am, so God exists. Because the existence cannot be found like with necessity in everything that you investigate. So that's why the necessity, he was for him only in a pure existence manner. The necessity itself is nothing, if you understand. Only the being, like a word being. And you can break this, even Plato said, you can break this only in a pure manner with ideas. This existence is one. This being, to be or not to be. Like Shakespeare says, the being is one. The being is a totality, is missing something. You see? Is not missing something. So it is not more difficult than any other word, nothing or non-existence, because any other word is a non-existence for existence. You understand? So the existence somehow is only one. Nothing exists indeed, because all the reality is nothing. compared to the existence. It's an added properties. Even if you try some logic like processes, like okay, like positivities processes like Wittgenstein or something. So in this matter, you understand you must have a wonderful infinite being, and it is only something like Augustine says, like barely nothing, like from entire infinities of infinities you separate something and you create. Okay, but now it is you put the problem in another way. Is this nothing co-eternal with God or not? Because even though you treat the universe like a totality, you put the existence over it, you see, you have this problem. Is this universe, like, let's say, in the hand of God, all the universe? My dog, I have only one. Let me see, I will interrupt this. So excuse me, I left to, okay, my dog. I have a dog. I have a house and a garden, and I have a dog in a garden. Okay, so another dog was passing, and okay, you can hear him, and it's like, it's not okay. Okay, so where was I? Where was I? Okay, so the universe, all the matter that exists, let's say that this is all the matter that exists. So now you have an infinity of infinity plus matter. So God had this matter from eternity. So now you understand, you must understand what is nothing, because let's say now that you believe that God exists, and you are asked in a philosophical manner, but the matter was co-eternal. You cannot destroy it. You cannot. It's like this, but it had like from eternity, like exactly like a human. You take from a wood from a forest and you model it, bake a house. So he had a piece of matter, he modeled it, and he made a universe. Can break it again and made another universe and other things or things like this. You understand now, like you have this a problem. If you, okay, so in this manner you must know why in the way nothing is, okay, because it seems some not just that to say that the matter is co-eternal, like you made in this way God temporal or atemporal. So okay, so you can think about this. I have many things to say, okay, but in these videos you cannot make an exposition, like they're too vast. That's why you cannot. So this is a satisfactory only for fools. Like you bake soup, put it 13 billion years, somehow let's hope this combines, but I throw some flames there. There's fire that does not exist. That's not, everything is fire. This is made from fire, thermic. You see, but to scare you, it is more scary, this philosophical investigation for you, or this physics guys. So these physics guys here, like you can confess to them. So or what? Or what? You understand? So. But it's false. No, nonetheless, they'll falsify thermodynamics. The quarks do not exist. Einstein's false physics. Quantum mechanics false physics. You can unify Newton with Leibniz because they made the mechanical movement. And one is 1.5 mass times velocity squared, and one is mass times acceleration. They are not equal. One named the force of impact, kinetic energy, and one named it force. So the world was made on inventions. The photography was invented, the locomotive and the train was invention, the plane, aeroplane, this camera I'm filming, the TV, the VCR, everything was invention. They are lying that they did it. The car was an invention. The motor with gas and electric motor and by Faraday. Okay. So now they say that it is some science, like an engineering type of science, but not how they are lying to you. Like somehow they have equation, and they are giving you only like a surface word, and you understand that they do not have, like, let's say in a nutshell, you heard this stuff, but they are saying stupid stuff. And they are professing to themselves to be prophets, they interdict religion, everything. So that's why this advanced culture. But to put order again, when you will find out that our galaxy is only a sphere, and the galaxies are stars, like clouds of electroshocked clouds. They're not gravitational systems. You observe this. I have in my channel 2 videos with music, over 1,000 pictures of galaxies, over 1,000 pictures in 2 videos with music. Put music on them from Hubble. You observe 99% are like this, oriented to, not like sombrero, like few of them. 99% of galaxies are oriented like this. You understand that the Earth is in the middle. They are oriented towards the solar system. But you understand that these are stars, and their clouds, like in the night sky, when it rains, it blocks the stars. You do not see squad star. They're clouds like exactly like this, and we do not see the universe, the cosmos. And when you find out, you will wonder again. But then, how matter appeared? But this process of superside destroy matter, it is not possible. So that's why I want to let this in a vast manner. I thought this even at a deepest philosophical manner that I could, okay, that and I find out that the physics is wrong, okay. So the galaxies are simply stars like this, and we cannot see the universe or the cosmos. If you go through these clouds, I discovered I measure it somehow, but I don't have time to explain to you. You go with a ship, you traverse like we go with a plane through clouds. So you go, the stars are cold, and the galaxies are not gravitational system. And small clouds, like Earth Moon dimensions, even full of rocks, like a Saturn has pieces in ring. Okay, so but if it seems to you like this crazy, but you understand how deep I can speak about philosophy. And I know philosophy, and I know this is coherent, if you understand. So that's why I put the most profound and deepest matter I could talk about this for you to understand, for everybody to understand. So maybe if you say that he speaks like he's crazy. So that's why I cut even from philosophy from another guy. That's why I took this closer to truth. He has 2 subjects like. So I explain to you again.
So what are you mentioned a theistic hypothesis that God was necessary, and therefore it's impossible not to be nothing because God was always there.
That's right.
Yeah. Okay. Now, what are some other approaches to the subject that have been advanced?
I think probably 3 approaches: the theistic approach, and then the sorts of things that physicists, cosmologists say today, where they think it makes sense to suppose that things came into existence spontaneously, perhaps, rather than with a cause. And then there's a view that used to be quite common, namely, explanations have to come to an end at some point. So perhaps we just have to confront it as a brute fact that there is something. You can't get beyond that. There's no explaining it. And that's that. So that was for quite a number of years fairly common around these parts, I think.
So let me bring you back in that immense, infinite space of thinking, okay? So now, is the matter co-eternal of God or not? This is the question. You see that it is not incorrect, like Spinozian way to say that God is everywhere, like this is a pantheistic view. But even to say that the matter is God. Because you see, it is not wrong. Because you see, like, prophet says, like Jeremiah says that God feels everything. It fills the earth and the sky. It fills it. And this problem was treated even by Plato. How one, being one, can be in everything, all over the place. Being, you see, you make God special in this manner. They forget these investigations. Plato himself thought about these things, okay? So it is not a unchristian view to say that God is everywhere, but even the matter itself. Why not? You see in the John book, like, how you say, how do you say the Evangelia. I do not have the word in English right now. Okay, maybe the same. Like if it comes from Greeks, the good word, like a good, like you say some good stuff. Okay, this is the Greek word. Okay, so it says in the beginning was the Word, and the Word was God, and Word was God. So you see, like I told you, like a totality, the Word itself is the totality, is the infinite of infinities. And he continues saying, through Word everything was made. And they put this matter stuff over your face. But the matter is a word. This is matter, this is matter, this everything is matter, is a word. So exactly like you cannot find what is matter, because it is a word. You cannot find how to put it on the real matter. It is only a word in your head. So you see, it is a correct way, even a Christian way, to say everything was made through the Word. The Word was God. So this is made through the Word of God. So it is God. So somehow the matter. So some anti-polytheist view did not want to understand this, because they wanted to see God over the space-time, beyond the matter. And exactly in this type of processing, when you fight in this manner, you understand that you must understand what nothing is. So now you understand that you can have nothing being a conceptual, exactly like in your mind, a conceptual word. And it is not a totality. God is beyond this and is bigger, infinite of infinity. And from that, nothing, like a single word from his mind, like annihilation of even itself. So you see, God is not afraid of annihilations, because he himself annihilated once when he made a word, maybe. If you see are strong words like this, maybe, but it is un-Christian view, like a philosophical. They say true word. So the word exists. So the word, but now you must understand how is different the matter from God. You see, even if you do not treat God, why this rock from eternity? And that's why they supposite in quarks. They somehow, to give you an explanation, there's this thing like a God of a gap of explanation. You have a gap in explanation, put God. So God it is. But they did this like the bastards. Like you have an explanation, you throw out God. Any crippled and without legs explanation, and any surface and light explanation, like these physicists are trying with these soups, okay, and you can throw away God. So why something is blue? You see, there's a frequency and an energy, so God does not exist. So why the rock has 1 kilogram? Because you see, when you put it in a scale, there's a vector like this, so God does not exist. So this is why Laplace was trying to when it is a story like when he was asked by Napoleon, even though it was a general and fight, he killed people. He said, why Newton speaks about God, he wrote about God, but even though I believe it's false physics, Newton, okay? So why Newton said about God, they being French and Newton English, okay? But you do not wrote anything about God, even though he was a general and killed people, okay? Laplace, like, more crazy than a general, that army general, Laplace says, I don't need a God for explanation. So you put gases together and make stars. So you do not. Laplace invented the stars were made from gases. Okay, so So you make God of the gaps, but you God of any you negate God with any explanation. But and you reach this craziness to when they will find out that you cannot see only a small galaxy. You can go to the stars. You can go to the galaxies now with rockets. You understand how close they are, and they will find this. You will understand how they live, and that's why we like a testimony this, and you understand. They think about in the deep matter for you to understand all the process how they lied in 100 years of lies, 150 years more than lies. They lied only to pull out the God from the earth and from universe, to negate God. You understand? But now you understand. We can go maybe even beyond this, but we must contrast. Now it's an energy. Then it's electroshock your ship if you go through, because it ignites the stars. You do not believe the stars are plugged like in the electromagnetic field. Like okay, so but you maybe. But you can visit galaxies. No, there are small pieces like clouds, static, put in patterns like a spiral pattern, like flowers of light. Flowers of light, if you understand. Clouds, static clouds, electroshock, and full with pieces. And gases, noble gases that make colors, and are elementated from hydrogen, oxygen, and you understand. But you understand how deep I can speak, okay? But there's a problem for me now. If you understand exactly that this guy, he said like he cannot sleep about nothing, because even if you are like a believer in God, and you admit that you have this problem, but it is temporal. It is exactly like matter. You see, he took this rock from where he had it from eternity and only put it for us to play with it or to make buildings or something. You understand? It's matter co-eternal with God. Is a problem. It's not temporal. How you justify that God is atemporal? That's why it says like Saint Paul says like through word was even time made. So the word is it is okay even. Like you understand this even through philosophy, okay? So that's why nothing is important, because now I really believe that from nothing God made the world. To create another being, another way of being escapes you. If you have wood and you make from wood a house, you only rearrange some this, but this is what it means to be like a God, like to make something else than itself. You see, he could like you can believe that like from Descartes point of view, God is in the people, in the minds of the people, in the logic, in rational processes. But if you understand now, how come? But it made like this. So another being than itself. So it does not existed. He is in his mind, and it is sustaining it, but he created from nothing, exactly from nothing. But that's why I've told you to understand, like in some manner, through word. If you understand, like in a Christian manner, the word is Christ in a Christian manner. So God, like the Father, the Word was with God, and God was Word. Okay, in a Christian manner. Through the word that become even Christ was the world made, okay, but this word is not nothing. You understand? So through the word of God the world was made, but the word of God is something from his being. So now the matter, the universe is like from his being, and in this matter, you understand, even though like in a rational way type of they said let there be like this, let there be like that, let there be like that, and you see it is not a single cause. There are multiple causes, like in Immanuel Kant, the metaphysical, the cause is a metaphysical cause. I interrupt the video or again my dog. If you know, I live in a house, I have a dog. He appeared on camera. Maybe, okay, bother me. So you can hear him through the walls. He's in the garden, but you can. Okay. So now, if you understand, it is very important. It is not a joke for me. This Closer to Truth channel, it is not a joke for me. The part of physics is wrong, okay, but it's not a joke for me, because you made the matter co-eternal with God, and you must understand now. But God is temporal; it is material, like it is, understand. So you cannot, you must understand it. Through Word of God was the matter made. You must understand it, correct, and that's why I try to myself to investigate this problem. Even why is rather something than nothing. You see, even at the annihilation processes, like how to annihilate God, and I think that some evil forces try to do this with even in people to annihilate God. Okay, so it is a process. How you can annihilate God in all the matters, like this is philosophical dark philosophies, like exactly like this. Put it 26 billions. See, the word tricking is not 13.7 billions. They put 13 billion here, 20 billion years. Who gives more? Like, you understand? So it is important for me. It's not a joke. This, and I'm not treating this lightly. Like if you put in again. It is not a joke for me. Like he was dreaming. Like listen.
Bede, when I was 12 years old, I was lying in bed one night, and suddenly I had this thought, what if there were nothing? And it so panicked me. I mean, really panicked me, that I got scared, I sweated, and I forced myself to put it out of my mind. It frightened me so much. And literally for, I don't know, a decade or 2 decades, I couldn't remember what had scared me so. And it, forgot about it. And then I tried to remember that event, and suddenly I remembered. Why is there something rather? And from that time forward, when I remembered what scared me as a child, that question has haunted me.
So this is not a joke for me, because you must understand in a real manner an existence and another existence, how they will touch, how they will be, how you can have this, and you reach deep things, even if you think about God, like maybe another time, like how can be an unity and diversity and things like this. Okay, but so now you understand it is made from nothing. It is made from nothing. But and the time is a Lego pieces, and it must appear many pieces of Lego pieces at once. So how the matter appeared if it not was supposite 30 billion years ago by the crazy gravity? That's a vector, rotational vector. Does not supposite net attraction, not coagulate, does not create galaxies and planets. Okay, that coagulation chemical. You see in the Bible says, like even in a Jewish, because the same like Old Testament, it says like there was water, nobody pays attention. The Bible begins like in the beginning God created the sky and the earth, to present it like at once, somehow knowing that the time is like Lego pieces, and you have different Lego pieces, functional motors in atoms, different Lego pieces, you must appear them at once. So that's why in the beginning God created the sky and earth. Even you can say the entire history, from the beginning of the time, or the end of the time, being above the time, in the beginning created all the history and the ages, somehow, you understand. But the second proposition, so in the beginning God created the heaven and sky, not in the beginning, in like a beginning, this stupid childlike manner, 13.6 billion lives ago. in the beginning, now in the beginning, at the origin of any pieces of Lego, pieces of time, there is in the beginning operation. You understand? In the beginning, like in principal manner, like this beginning, the beginning, like even a saint says in 1300 and 300s after Christ, like John, John the saint, okay, in 300s, has no length. The beginning is not having no length. If it has a length, it's not a beginning. So the beginning is a word atemporal somehow, a principle in the beginning. In our head, if you know the Greek word, like in the principle in the beginning, not having so all the history, all the time of the Lego pieces. But the second proposition is like, and the earth was. In the beginning, everything like philosophical manner, and then it presents the matter, and you pass because you do not treat the Bible correct anymore, and you pass over these things. It presents the matter, and the earth was full formed. You see, it says that He made it in beginning, everything, and then presents the earth, and you do not understand even that it presents the water. And He says, and the Spirit of God was above the water. And if you understand like the spiritual matter, spiritual waters, but even the saint, another saint, a Greek saint, like I don't know in English, Vasil, I don't know how to say in English, Vasil, okay, a Greek saint. He says like this water. If you want to interpret the Bible to say, and the Spirit of God above the waters, like a word waters, like a spiritual waters, like a praying waters, like this. But he says, but there's like maybe there are something like stuff like this, but it's water, like. And the Spirit of the God was above the waters. You understand that our galaxy was made on the water. And Saint Peter says, and they forget that the skies were, but all that was made in water, in coagulation, crystallizing. If you understand like this, coagulated, all in the water. And the stars, all the stars were in the water. But so do not present is how the matter was. He presents it at once, like the earth was material, earth-like, water was. So the fire, everything. They are believing that He says there's falsifying the let be light, let be in the water. He says let there be, because of darkness. The darkness was above the water. You understand it is a cloud full of pieces. Imagine an aeroplane in clouds at night. But nothing produces light. But so the airplane turns on the lights on board. So this is the Bible presents it. There was big clouds of water, but it was darkness. The light was not, and God said let be illuminated. So energize the cloud, and then push voided inside semi-void, because in energy it says make like in this light field, an energy that flows through all the galaxies, spins the planets, moves them like this with a force. It's not a sun force. The sun spins. So who spins the sun? This field spins. In this field sits all the satellites, all the asteroids, everything. Okay. So it voided this water inside, and then you because you are lying, you do not understand it, that He ignited the stars all at once. Because imagine that it was unignited pieces in the cloud. He voided, He pushed these pieces at the border of our galaxy in the clouds. He pushed them. The planets remain suspended at once, like coagulated round under pressure made through chemical, not gravity, does not attract. It remains suspended, and it pushed the water from the solar system at the border of our galaxy. The sun was unignited, remained in the center. It is in the center, but it was unignited. And you cannot speak about the moon when you ignite the sun, because the moon takes the from the sun. And he pushed out the border, and then said that the electro energy ignited the stars. So on this, there were pieces. That's why there are like Laplace said, coagulation. Through what? Through gravity. There's not attraction to falsify the science and the mind of children on the entire planet. Okay, so then electromagnetic energy, like if you search at a cloud, like a thundercloud, ignited all the stars at once. But they resist beyond this, but we do not see, but we want to be kept here. Maybe there's another like this, but it is not. Maybe this matter we do not know how can be arranged. That's why I've told you all this stuff, okay? That's why I you understand? So, but imagine in sci-fi movies, I am watching like Stargate SG-1 is my favorite movie, but you do not take science from movies, okay? But imagine imagine like a Star Trek movie. It flows through that. If you saw any episodes like this with this ship and reach a cloud, big cloud of water, you imagine that this is possible. And in that cloud there are pieces already that are there. The Bible presents the word earth was and the cloud of water was. In that clouds, so the ships ignite the clouds. So the electroshocks ignite the clouds. Let there be light. And there was light. But this light to begin to spin the earth. And the day is one day when the earth is spins. You see, the earth is static, and this light, when was ignited, it began to spin the earth. This is gravity. And one day is 24 hours, and it was day and night, because the earth was spinning. Because the day is defined on earth. 24 hours, and this electromagnetic energy spin the earth. So when God said, let there be light, ignited the galaxy, the earth begins to spin. So, but because the time it is, you understand, the earth was not atemporal, and the earth was void and unmade. This is the way. And then let there be light. It spin the earth. It began to spin all the planets, not the world, but you do not as interested because the day is the day of earth, 24 hours. You understand this light pushing, because 24 hours of earth, spinning of the earth. So you have this ship, you can observe this if you understand, like in the experiment. So you have this Picard ship in the front of big cloud, this is a big cloud, billions of kilometers, it's big. If you do not investigate 1% from the earth oceans. A big cloud, but they with this billion of parsecs of trillions kilometers, billions of quadrillions of boring stuff that you pour over these people, okay? So you are with the ship, Picard ship, you see a big cloud full with pieces, rocks, already made. The earth was coagulated, and then some energy splits, voids the cloud. Like you see when you spin your cup, something makes a dent inside. And that energy obligates everything to go at the border. All the stars are remain, or you understand, so somehow the stars are related somehow. And they are small enough for this thermic animation. And then you see in this ship that some energy crosses through the clouds, ignites all the stars. So you understand, with the speed of light that we know, the biggest speed that we know, maybe there's a bigger one. That's a presented that it made the light. That the light has energy, everybody knows. So the sun has energy, you can captivate it. So ignited, and it was going across all over and ignited everything that was in its path. In one day when the earth was spinning, this is telling you how big is this sphere. When earth was began to spin, and the first day this ignition ignited all the stars. But if you fight with the Bible, you go in this with this, but you do not know, you revive ancient gods like Kronos and what these children will learn. And I've told you in a profound manner that I know in Kant philosophy. And the science is wrong. You see my channel, Einstein's wrong science and quantum mechanics, where you do not believe, but there's matter beyond this. But there's a real question for me. You say, that guy, you cannot sleep over this stuff. How it was this cloud? Because they will begin to lie again with this bullshit, supposition stuff. What is beyond this sphere? When will it go? Let's take a Elon Musk ship and we'll see. In 50 years we will reach the stars. If you pour big gas on orbit and you go and you ignite like in a step-like manner. Like you ignite the ship, then you ignite it again. You can maybe accelerate it, go faster than this because the stars are close. Like in a Saturn ring, you see many pieces, the sun lights them. This is the way that the small pieces, and Saturn rings has stars in the ring. This is our galaxy, it is. But when you find this and multiply the picture, Hubble picture, Wave picture, this is be the question, and it's a barrier for my heart, exactly like from this child I've told you. He could not sleep in real matter, because then you can make the matter being co-eternal with God. And I that's why I explained to you nothing, okay? Maybe I made many videos. I will take, maybe even though I will repeat. This is science. You repeat that, so the novelty, even in repetition, like you walk, you make a bigger street in the forest, okay? So the matter was co-eternal, it was not. But even in this manner, you do not understand that the time could be from eternity. You do not understand many things. Why not? Because there can be something about the time and the objects to be in time, like if you treat love like an object and things like this. But you do not understand things like this. You're lied to. But that's why I've told you everything. Okay, so nothing. It is a serious question, because it is something that is not God. If not, you say the matter is co-eternal God, or you disconsider God and you see the matter is eternal, only matter. But you have this problem, walk these rockets from eternity, because you cannot destroy it, supersize it. You cannot. That's false physics, exactly to give you like an explanation and to entail this rock, but you cannot supersize the atoms. You can further than use electricity, and okay, you cannot. So why this finite combination in a finite matter? Let's say you put this on the scale, but why this quantity of kilograms and this matter for eternity? Like for always, there was silver, always, and gold. Even though it's beautiful, there was this quantity of gold from eternity. Why? You understand? So that's why you must ask about nothing. So let you like this video. So even now the first part is more important for me. So but you understand that this last part, it is true nonetheless, even if you do not understand it. So complex, this is complex. And you cannot have this more profound. They hide themselves in a nutshell. The universe in a nutshell, Big Bang is. Now I'm telling you in 13 seconds. Something explosion. Why exploded? Why? And the bomb is a more logical packed object than a mountain. Something exploded to scare you. What are you afraid of? Gases burn, fire, set you on fire, bombs, yes? This is the creation, my friend. Chaos, you see the original chaos? You see? The scare tactics, these are scaring tactics, okay? So what do you have at the beginning of the game? Fire, bombs, something, bomb, fire, kick, something that you do not understand. You see, this is like crazy for me. Bombs at the beginning of the universe, and then you see, these are crazy for me, crazy things, and I'm sick and tired of them. So you are afraid of what? Radiation. So super radiation, okay? Radiation makes you chicken spots, things like this. What are you afraid of? You see, they put chaos at the origin of everything, chaos and fire and scary. These are scary tactics. You do not understand, like a militia tactics. Like militia tactics, not police, like militia tactics. You understand that is, you are intended to be kept stupid. This is militia-like tactics, okay? So what is when you supersize? fire, burn, bombs, explosions, gases burn. Okay, you do not know what gases are. When the plus invented them, you bought gases to have a candle, something like this. You understand? But I'm telling you the truth. Okay, we can go to the stars. We can reach even the galaxy because there's small clouds full of and static clouds. They are not going anywhere. Some movement there because this energy moves things even there, and this energy is a light energy, electric, and exactly microwave. You can cook dinner with microwaves. You are scared radiation. You can cook some food. You can make a sandwich. Okay, goodbye, God bless. This is the way I make my videos about, let's say, chaos, cosmos, nothing, infinity, God and infinity. This is what is going to be the name of the video. Goodbye. So, goodbye.